Hi ladies, it's Ruth and Dagmar.
Hey ladies, today we're gonna continue in that core video. If you had a chance to watch the very first one I was doing on my own, so we're gonna be building up now and we're gonna bump it up. So make sure that you really are working on those exercises I showed you in that very first core video.
Yeah.
Alright, so our first exercise, Ruth's gonna demonstrate. We call it spinal balance. You might hear the term bird dog. Well, let's just first make sure you're in your neutral alignment, flat back. Yeah.
Okay, there.
So, and our goal is really stay really nice and solid through your tabletop, right? So you through your trunk, lower back, pelvis. Now, she's gonna extend one leg down the bottom of the mat, keep your toes on the mat, and then fingertips forward. So she's still lightly touching the mat. Now the progression is gonna be lifting that arm and the leg. So you need to make sure you're really steady, especially through the lower back, pelvis, right here. And you
maybe
can
not like,
not losing the ribs up, exactly. Your sternum lifted. So really make sure your tabletop is like a nice and solid, elongated spine, right? So if you have someone who can really maybe place the hands on that pelvis so they don't feel like you're shifting it side to side. It's not an easy exercise. It looks easy. We like to turn the leg out, so I like to keep the toes, yes, how she's rotating, I like to keep the toes aiming down the whole time. And
yeah, because it's easy to rotate that hip.
It is, right?
You don't want to do that.
So, and think you have like a mug of your favorite drink here, like coffee, tea, so don't spill it.
Or wine.
Wine, yeah. So that's your bird dog. Now, spinal balance, you can use the ball, especially it's good if you feel like this is too much pressure on your knee, because then we raise that leg, so that one leg's gonna get more weight bearing. So it's good in that sense, but it's more challenging, right? So she's doing the same exercise, she's staying nice and long through the spine, not arching through the lower back. So you keep that, since we're all women here, that pubic bone is staying down, right? To the ball, you're not lifting it. And you feel your glutes too, another great glute exercise as well. Hamstrings, calves, but most importantly the core.
Yep.
All right? Good. Now, we have regression though. If I really cannot kneel, the ball doesn't work for me, I'm really totally starting from scratch. What am I doing?
It's a spinal balance.
Yeah, good. So
we keep each other on track.
So I'm in that flat back, and then I'm gonna do the same movement.
And you can fold over.
I can go a little bit more here.
Yeah, as long as you don't lose that stability in your back, just like we were talking about down here.
Not this, not arching,
right.
Not sagging in the midsection, right?
Right.
And again, I feel again nice glute work. Is that a good angle, Ruth?
Yeah, that's a good angle. I think I like that.
All right, I would definitely do it on my own, so sideways, so I can see in the mirror.
Yeah.
My form, if I don't have anyone.
If you have a mirror to do that, that would be really good.
Right?
Yep.
So that's your spinal balance. Now another exercise is really good, right? Good old plank.
Yeah, planking.
Again, not an easy exercise, but you'll be building up, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I should start.
You want to show with the regression? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. So using a chair, and we put a mat in ours because we don't have any cushion there. You know, making sure that, again, when you're in your plank position, that you're not sinking, you know, in that lower back. That you're nice and stable. Yeah, that was a lot of sinking.
That doesn't feel good.
Right. So that does not feel good on the back, but we want to really think about the connection from your rib cage to your hip bone, you know, really keeping that strong and stable, and also staying lifted in your shoulders. Don't sink down into the shoulder blades. I don't know if you can see how she's doing that, but that's an extreme sink. We don't want that to happen. That causes some impingement in the shoulder. So, but this is a great way to modify it. So this is how you would progress that.
So
and we
now,
to the floor.
The full plank, again, you'll be progressing, right? You'll be building up your core, and now I'm ready to get down on the floor. Here we are, perfect plank, right? I can sit on
How's
her.
my butt? It shouldn't be up here,
right?
right?
And sit on you.
Oh no, don't do that! Don't do that!
Anyway, so Again, make sure that you either have someone who's gonna check your form or see yourself in the mirror, that you're
Yeah.
not sagging.
Or if you have a way to take a picture of yourself with a smartphone and then look at it later, that's kind of a good
Yes,
self-evaluation.
exactly.
You can compare it to what we just did in the video.
Yeah.
And timing, like we didn't talk about how long to hold it.
Mhm.
Maybe
Yes.
start with 15 seconds and
Yeah,
build your way up
building
depending
up.
on, you know, how strong you are. And spinal balance, how many should they do? 10, 20?
10, yeah, 10,
Yeah.
and then of course, you know, you can add more once
Right.
you get, you know, more the hang out of it, right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right.
All right, so now the last one here today is side plank. So we're gonna start with modification, like, you know, this is a tough exercise anyway.
Yeah, no kidding.
So if you have any shoulder issues, I wouldn't even do side planks.
Yeah, it's really hard on the shoulder. But we want to show you the way to do it without actually lifting first, right?
Exactly. So making sure now you're like in a chair position, so the knees are in front of you a little bit, right? Bend hips, bend knees, legs staggered. And now really making sure that you're not losing that shoulder stability. Like
So you
she's
don't wanna
now
do
seeing how
that.
she lost it, like shoulder is all up to her ear, very vulnerable position. So
Right.
she's gonna lift up and also lifting the ribs here, right?
Right.
So we're not losing that ribs connected to
So
your
not
body.
even like here, I'm not sinking in my
Yeah.
shoulder, but I'm dropping my ribs
Yeah.
down. So
So you're also strengthening that shoulder, that arm. So if there is a lot of weakness, then you're gonna hate side plank because
Right.
you're not in the right position.
right.
So, okay, so now she extended the hips, so from the top you straight line. The bottom knee can be still slightly in front, but kind of think really straight line, and now the leg, the top leg is straight, and she's a little bit like anchored to the mat, so she's not sliding. Lift it from here, shoulder away from your ear. And you don't need to hold it right away too long again, you can just lower and lift.
Yeah, I mean, we can just
Lower
do,
and lift, see
practice
how it
this.
feels, especially really keep an eye on your shoulder. If
Yeah.
it's too much strain, I would just not do side planks until I strengthen my shoulders,
Right.
my arms, and that's gonna be a totally different video.
right.
So now the full, still progression, legs are staggered, so she's like this, if you don't see it, right?
I got my
And-
top leg in front, just in case you can't see.
Yes, exactly. And lift. So that's much harder, top arm reaching out behind the head. You just don't wanna round like this, so you're really flat like a board from the side. And the
then
toughest
finally-
is stack the legs on top of each other. So she's like this now. Legs are stacked. Perfect plank, side plank, look at that. And of course, make sure you do the other side as well, guys.
Yes, don't be lopsided. All right, wonderful.
With that side plank, I would start with the less dominant side.
That's a good idea. That's a
so,
really good idea.
Like my left shoulder is much weaker, so I start with my left. Some days it just doesn't like it, I won't do it.
Yeah,
And then I know my right arm's gonna be fine.
right.
But you don't wanna build some imbalances. But
Right.
side plank is great, but you need to know that it feels like a really good exercise for you on that particular
Yeah.
day you're trying to approach.
And every day's different, so keep that in mind, ladies. You know, one day you might be doing it and it feels fantastic.
Yeah.
You feel really strong, and then you'll do it the next time, and all of a sudden you're like, "What's going on?
Yeah.
I don't feel strong."
Exactly.
That's normal, and it depends on so many different things. You know, how much sleep you've gotten. You know, food
Yeah.
intake. You know,
Stress.
stress. Yeah.
Right.
So just keep that in mind with all the exercise routines or ideas that we give you. All right.
Well, thank
Okay.
you for watching.
Give us feedback again. We want to make sure
Please.
we hear your feedback.
Please.
And we want to make sure we're giving you what you want. So if you have other things that you want us to give you tips on, let us know.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye ladies.